ExxonMobil has been a leader in open standards to drive innovations. As the chief engineer of automation, you've been driving standardized design and sustainable practices as ExxonMobil in bringing introduction of, for example, the server virtualization into control environments. So how do you see open industry standard-based technologies move the needle from legacy proprietary siloed systems into AI-driven factories?
So we look at open standards-based technologies as being fundamental to interoperability between technology solutions that can come from a variety of providers. And that includes our own engineers and scientists. The concept of open standards, of course, is nothing new. So similar to AI, we're not dealing with something new here, but it is becoming more important as technology continues to evolve. In my space, the process control world, communication standards like Modbus and OPC have been allowing us to connect disparate systems together. Tank gauging systems, process analyzers, PLCs, connecting with our large distributed control systems, which allows us to give our process operators a comprehensive view and control of their plants. Those communication protocols have also allowed us to integrate in a rudimentary fashion applications like process historians, some of our advanced controls and real-time optimizers that run at Purdue Model Level 3 are using those to connect in. Those communication standards have been difficult to configure and maintain over time. And in the earlier days of my career, when I did real work, integrating those systems together using a protocol like OPC could be a challenge. So much so that we used to call OPC, "Oh, please communicate," because it didn't happen all the time. In fact, it almost never happened when you were trying to connect two systems you'd never communicated before. And so there was an awful lot of troubleshooting and engineering to finally get two things to start talking together in a way that was acceptable. And if you think about it, it reminds me of the 2000s in the computer world when we had plug and play. You'll remember those words. And in those early days, we also called that plug and pray because, again, it didn't always work. So if you fast forward to today and consider how things have changed, the systems are ever so much more capable, much more data rich, much more complex. And so those simple communication protocols are no longer sufficient to deliver the interoperability that's necessary without a significant amount of engineering time and effort. And it's just not affordable, and they're not scalable anymore. When we think about AI and digitalization for a corporation, the real value is being able to integrate across the corporation, right? Take disparate data sources and bring them together in combinations that you've never done before, and using artificial intelligence to have at that data and deliver new insights and new value is incredible. By its nature, no one vendor can deliver everything that's necessary to capture that enormous value. So interoperability is a must. As AI becomes more commonplace across the technology stack, from process control to planning and scheduling to predictive maintenance, effortless interoperability, wouldn't that be nice, between vendor solutions is critical to allow us to deploy integrated multi-vendor solutions at scale. We just absolutely have to have that. Because we recognize that, we've been advocating consistently for open standards, as you mentioned, Sunita. And we really are looking to not be confined to any particular vendor's ecosystem when we're looking at technology solutions. And you see us talking about this in various areas like open process automation, if you've heard what we're trying to do in that space. Also, similarly, in open asset digital twins, where we're looking to democratize 3D data, scan data from our plants that is so useful for us in maintenance planning and turnaround planning. And there's a number of vendor solutions out there that would kind of keep you confined within an ecosystem, but we really want that data available to a number of different solutions and applications. We want that data democratized. So we insist upon an open solution to be able to deliver that. Again, similar to what we're vying for in open process automation, where we would like to see the fundamental components of distributed control systems developed by open standards so that they could interoperate with vendors of other systems. And we really think that unlocks a tremendous amount of value that we just don't have access to today. So I'm glad you brought up open standards. It's very important to us. We're very passionate about it. And we think it's fundamental to really capture the total value that AI will bring in the future.